Morning all, it's an absolutely glorious morning here in Ireland, so I'm heading out on this absolutely glorious bike. Glorious because it's the R1200 GS and not the 1300. I'm deeply affected by this. Let's go for a spin and discuss. Welcome aboard everybody. It's been a while. First of all, thanks a million for all your fantastic comments which you posted on the back of the Northern Ireland, the Antrim coastline videos. If you haven't seen them, go and look at them now. I have to say it's probably my favourite trip I've done this year, and the second and final episode went out last week, so recent videos in the playlist, so thanks once again, really appreciate that. I mean, that's the whole reason I make these videos, you know, for your entertainment, so it's great to get feedback like you left. Really appreciate it. Okay, let's press on to more important matters. Now that the dust has settled on the R1300 release, I've really wanted to like that bike, okay? And I just can't. So it sort of reminds me of an ex-girlfriend in a way. Wouldn't be great to look at, but I bet it's one hell of a ride. So, now then, David, come on, behave. I've only just started the video, and off I go on tangents already. Anyway, so yeah, I'm yet to ride one. I don't know anybody who has ridden one yet. I'm being told by BMW in Dublin that as soon as they get a demo bike available, I should be first to ride it. So I look forward to that. Because, like I say, I just can't get to like it. It absolutely baffles me the amount of people on the forums, like the on Facebook, the R1300 GS forums, which I've become a member of. You know, the amount of people who've pre-ordered this bike without ridden it. Would be lovely to have that amount of money, because they're not cheap. Here in Ireland, I configured one on the website here. And with the sort of bells and whistles for the green one, which is the only one I sort of half like, looks-wise, the €30,000. I mean, that's crazy money. That's Ducati territory. Anyway, good luck to those who've ridden, who've ordered one, and even more luck for when you get to ride one. I shall be watching and listening with bated breath. I'll be watching all the YouTube videos as well from those who get to ride them before I do. Anyway, I'm not going to make the whole video about the 1300 GS. I probably will come back to it at some stage during today's ride out. But just so you know, I'm heading to Slieve Gullion, which is in Northern Ireland. I can't stay away from Northern Ireland at the moment. I'm meeting one of the subscribers who came on the ride out video back in the summer. You may well remember him, Martin. He rides the Versys 650, and he very much led the pack for me on my 10,000 subscriber ride out, so I could hang at the back and film everybody in front of me. And what a great day that was. And so Martin rang last night, last minute sort of thing. He said, "What are you doing tomorrow?" I said, "Actually, I've got to travel away this evening for work down to Waterford, but I said during the day I've got very little else on." He said, "Right, weather's supposed to be good. Hop on your bike and let's head." So you may well remember, if you did watch the ride out video, we tried to go around the Slieve Gullion park, but it was closed that day, so unfortunately we have to bypass it. So we're heading back today in the hope that it's open. So I've never been there before. Looks fantastic on Google Maps. Looks like a beautiful area of outstanding natural beauty, I think it says. So look at the autumn leaves still falling. Beautiful riding around here in the autumn. Well, beautiful at any time of year. I absolutely love riding this bike. Well, sure, you know I do. I mean, I've had some of the best experiences on two wheels on this bike. Some of the best experiences in my life, actually. I mean, some of the trips I've been away on over the last 3 years whilst I've owned this bike. And that's just around Ireland. I mean, incredible moments on this bike. I absolutely love it. I do. And I was all set I love it so much I was all set to trade it in for a 1300 GS. Only because I saw that as a sort of natural progression. The next sort of move up the ladder, so to speak. However, that won't be happening now. Be interesting to see the 1400 GS, which is rumoured to come out next year, but I'm absolutely not going to hold my breath anymore. I mean, I think the rumours on the 1300 have been circulating for the last 2 years, and I've sort of been waiting for it to be released for that long. What an anticlimax. Well, visually, aesthetically, looks-wise. And again, I know that's only down to my taste and preference. Some of you might absolutely love it, and so please don't don't let my judgment slant your views by any means. It's just not my cup of tea, and that's why we have a marketplace for motorbikes. You know, one person's absolutely golden nugget might be another person's trash can, and that's the way it is. Okay, this is where we've arranged to meet. Wonder if he's here yet. Right around the back. We were here before. Ah, there's this bike. Gorgeous bike it is as well. He's obviously having a sneaky coffee, I'd say. Not a bad idea. Oh, gorgeous day out this. I've got my summer gloves still on. I'm mad. I love these gloves, by the way. I reviewed these last year. Haven't stopped wearing them since, and look, they're still as good as new. Really great gloves. I think they were only 30 or 40 euro or something like that. In-bike, they're called. Check out the website. Right. Look, I'm selling stuff already. Right, helmet off, I'll meet Martin. So just met up with Martin. I was right, he was having a sneaky sandwich and a coffee. So we've just planned our route, and let's just say you're in for an absolute treat if the weather holds out, folks. Really looking forward to this. Beautiful around here. Don't know if I've ridden these roads. Now Martin needs to get some of them self-cancelling indicators. If he's watching this, he'll kick himself because he's a really diligent rider. So my GS goes in for its annual service next week, actually at Joe Duffy Motorrad. That's the BMW dealership in Ireland, well, in Dublin. And last year's service was extremely reasonable. It was like 150 euro all in, just for the basic service. But nevertheless, it's still a very good price, that, for a BMW service. Sure, there's nothing wrong with this bike anyway, so I don't foresee anything else being required. I am, however, taking out a 1250 GS for the day. I don't know if it's the standard GS or the Adventure, but I'm looking forward to that. I rode one recently on a BMW day out. I wasn't allowed to make a video. The guys who came over from England to organise the Motorrad day out. Basically, you could book your time slot and ride any BMW bike you wanted. It was really good, except to bucket it down for the day. And yeah, the guys who were running it, who'd come over from England, who didn't want anybody making videos. So you have to respect that. Pointless trying to make a sneaky video. Like I did that time at the Mondello racetrack. Oh my god, that was embarrassing. One of the bike marshals followed me around the track. They were waving flags at me and everything to get me off the track. They were not happy bunnies. I won't do that again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to riding the 1250 GS. I'm sure you're all the same as me. You're always looking at the next bike and wondering what you would upgrade to, or if indeed you fancy change. Now, I've had this bike, as much as I love it, I've had it for 3 years now, so, and like I say, I was fully geared up to trade it in for the 1300, but I would definitely look at the 1250, although I've always said it's not really a big enough jump. However, when I did ride that 1250 a few weeks ago, well, it was noticeable, the amount of extra power that it had, but I don't know whether I should try and get myself on an adventure as well, the GSA, although they do look bloody big bikes, as you saw actually in the Northern Irish videos there. Trev, who I was riding with, he has the GSA, and yeah, it's a big heavy old bike, although I was very envious of his fuel range. I had to keep stopping for fuel. I think Trev filled up when he left Scotland. Didn't bother filling up until he was getting the ferry back. Might be a slight over-exaggeration, but you know what I'm saying. Lads, I've got to say it, and I'm sorry to keep hopping on. Please don't switch off, because I'll just get it out in my system now, right? And I promise to do my best not to keep talking about the 1300 GS. But I was so upset, I even got angry. Can you relate to that? I've been waiting for so long. I was so excited, and I really wanted to like it so much. And like I say, you know, I dare say it's fantastic to ride, but I was just so upset with the looks of it. Okay, GS rant over, okay? But I absolutely love this bike. I love everything about this bike. The comfort, the looks, I mean, it still does it for me when I look at it just parked up in the garage. I absolutely love it. I've been using those Auto Bright products on the cleaning of this bike. Just incredible products they are. I was using one of the new ceramic detailer sprays, and it literally brings the bike up like new. A fantastic finish on this. Martin's got his left indicator jammed on now. Oh, I'm going to get some mileage out of this. Coming into some nice scenery here. Wow, look at that house there getting built. I wonder if we've crossed the border yet. See, I told you to hang on. We are coming into some nice riding country here. It's so comfortable, this bike, it really is brilliant. I do love it. Absolutely no need to change it anyway. I'm just, well, you know yourself, fancy a change. Actually, hot off the press, okay, I wasn't going to tell you in this video, but I might as well, since we're talking about it. I'll just put the cruise control on a second and angle the camera down a bit. It's a bit better. Yeah, hot off the press, I do have a new bike incoming. It's not going to be registered until the 2nd of January 24, but it arrives within the next fortnight to me. But it shall be staying under lock and key at home until I can legally take it out. Very excited about it. I'll do a reveal video, hopefully before Christmas, if I get around to it. But I've often fancied one of these, and then when the new generation and the new look of it came out, I just couldn't resist it. To me, I think it's one of the best looking bikes on the road currently, and that's all I'm gonna say without giving it away. As my father-in-law always said about me, Dave, you can't hold your piss. So that's why I have to stop talking about it, otherwise I'll just tell you what it is, and I don't want to. But yeah, Trez excited. Look at the scenery over there, folks. I think that could be where we're going. Yeah, this is the Cooley Mountains, if I'm not mistaken. Absolutely stunning, and all less than an hour from where I live. You know, I always think I've been everywhere in Ireland. I actually haven't. I haven't even scraped the surface, and I've been here 20 years. Certainly on two wheels. Remember the Mountain Pass series that I did? Well, unfortunately, I replaced that with the ice cream challenge this year, which sort of died a death because of all the rain that we had, and then shops literally taking their ice creams off the market. So I had to scrap that. But I shall be doing more mountain passes next year. And we're here. Let's hope it's open. Right, so here we are, Slieve Gullion Forest Park. I'd say there's going to be some spectacular views at the top of here. Some nice steep turns here. We'll test the old clutch control. Just feather the clutch there. It's a beautiful, just to lean this into corners. It's sort of, you just look with your head and the bike seems to follow. I know that's a sort of golden rule of riding a motorbike anyway, but this really does fall into corners beautifully at any speed. You do need to know your gearbox on your bike when you're coming up here. I doubt the camera actually translates how steep this is, but this is great. It's beautiful. Less than an hour from where I live. What have you been doing all your life, Dave, for God's sake? The Versus looks very well on the road. Every time I see that bike, it makes me think, I like the look of that. I sat on one of those, the Versus 1000, the Grand Tourer. Huge bike. Sat on one in a shop there a few weeks ago. Actually, when I was buying the bike I've just told you about. But and that's no clue. By the way, it's not a Kawasaki. I'll give you that, okay? But I sat on one of those Versus 1000s. Massive bike, but really, really perfect for long distance touring, I would have thought. Bit too big for me. I'd say we're going to see some spectacular scenery up here. Do you all do that as well when you see another bike? Does it sort of stir up or conjure up thoughts of maybe changing your own? I think, is it a biker thing, or is it just me? I'm sure it's a biker thing. I'll never stop looking at other bikes. And here is the summit, Slieve Gullion. Great day out for the family. Beautiful boxer dog as well. I'll go on. My God, look at that view. I'd love a room with a view, as you know. I'm not sure what date it'll be when this video goes out on YouTube, but I wouldn't have thought I'd be doing too many more trips this year. Never say never. Look at that. My ears have just popped. Be a bit wild up here in the winter if you were a sheep. Oh my god. This is spectacular. You could be forgiven for thinking you were in a light aeroplane. You mustn't have a fear of heights if you come up here. This is unreal. A little car park here. I think we'll pull in, get a photograph. Alrighty, off we go. Spectacular. Now forgive the 360 camera in shot there, but I do want to try and get some sort of angle with me and the scenery in the background. Hopefully this will be it when we go around this bend. Yeah, that should work. Might pull a couple of still shots from that as well. Oh lads, that's that great Irish thing, isn't it? Lads, ah lads, room full of women, ah lads. Everybody's a lad. I think I mentioned that in a video previously. It's a funny Irish thing, I do love it. Wish I brought the drone. Sure have enough cameras going on. Martin behind me there. He said he wanted to ride behind me on the way down just in case the 360 camera falls off and he can pick it up. It's another thing one of the many things I love about this bike. It's so easy to ride slow, especially with all that weight being down low. And beautiful for things like this. It's getting into the time of year where I like painting. I tried my hand at it back in, just before lockdown, a few years ago, and really enjoyed it. But it's the sort of thing I can only sort of take to in winter months. I think when I'm not able to go out and ride a motorbike. Really enjoyed it. Going back uphill now. Well, what a splendid ride out, and unplanned. So those trips are sometimes often the best, aren't they? Well, we're heading back down to the base of the mountain now. So probably a fitting time for me to thank you once again for coming along on this little ride out. What a gorgeous way to spend a day. If you're up in this part of the world, then don't even think or hesitate about whether you should come and do this spin. Just get here. I mean, this is spectacular. I know I'll be back many a time. That's the other thing I love about going out with other riders. They can show you places like this which are still untapped in my little grey matter. But I'll tell you what, I'll be storing this one in my grey matter. I'll definitely be back here. Fantastic spin out. Right folks, looks like we're coming into some dense vegetation. So I will thank you once again for coming along. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please become one, especially with the new bike coming online very soon. Can't wait to tell you what it is. I wonder how many of you have guessed what it is already. Feel free to light up the comments below. So once again, Dave Perry, Really Good TV, over and out.